the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, we are suffering. We have suffered. And right now, very many of the creditors, the investors, are pecuniarily embarrassed. They have no money. They have no means of their livelihoods. Just like you say, mambo ni matatu. Alipe pesa yetu, aende jela, ama aende Zayuni. One of the three. From your words, you need to actualize that so to get our money. We will not be frustrated by one individual. A man will die only once. He cannot die 2 times. I am ready. He can come for me. That Edwin Dande, you can send your goons, you can come for me. I am ready for anything. But you must pay back people's money. That is the bottom line.
Welcome back. This Cater's program.
And of course, Siogopi, and we are here. We have a lot to share. First of all, we just allow him to introduce himself and tell us what brings us here. Then later on, we ask questions.
Don't forget to say
My name is John Bosco. Today we are outside the DCI headquarters, and it's about the Cytton investments case, where we had reported a case of obtaining 3 false pretenses to the DCI sometime in June 2021. It's been 4 years. We've always been told that the case had been forwarded to the ODPP for approval of charges. Yet, 4 years down the road, nothing is happening. So a few weeks back, on the 28th of March, I wrote a letter, an email to the ODPP asking and questioning why the matter is just being kept in abeyance and no action is being taken. After the letter was received, it was minuted to the director of DCI for action, where he has allocated some officers and an economic crimes unit to investigate the matter so they can see what action has been taken. Way back in 2021, when we filed the complaint, Edwin Dande of Cytton, who has formed a multiplicity of SPVs to try and defraud us, ran to court and got orders stopping his arrest, questioning and arraignment in court, courtesy of our complaints about the Ponzi scheme he was running. Further to that, as we know, in court, temporary orders are not supposed to subsist for more than a period of 1 year. It's been now more than 4 years, yet he's still enjoying the protection of those orders which were issued sometime in November of 2021. And prior to that, he had even run to court to try and file for company voluntary administration so that he could run away from his obligations, which are to pay us back our money. When he came to us, he was asking us to put in money so that he does not borrow from the banks. He borrows from us, he pays us interest, and at maturity you get your money back. That came to cease on the 17th of March 2020 when the country went to lockdown. Edwin Dande took advantage of the situation and declared that his company had been gravely affected by the COVID-19. Imagine, just a week into COVID-19, the guy had already been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and stopped paying maturities and interest payments. And this is what led us to the DCI to complain. Initially, in 2021, we were directed to room number 8 and 20. Officers from the ECCU, Kibet and Kerini were handling the matter. We don't know whether they actually did anything about the whole issue. So we are back, and we hope this time around that the matter will be given the serious attention it deserves. It is also good to note that since June last year, Dande has been involving himself in incidences of hiring goons to come and disrupt the official receiver, who has been vested with properties which were bought with our money. He went and hired goons from Kibera. One of the goons is called John Paul. I have his number and his details. The other one is called Michael Nyaosi, who led a group of 100 marauding goons who went and attacked guards at the Kilimani property on Agwin Skodek, where they went and they destroyed documents. They pilfered things like tanks, water tanks. They pulled out toilet seats, fittings and all that in an attempt to reduce the value of the property. Since January 2025, We have seen goon attacks at the property in Ruaka called the Alma. Even last night, goons had been sent to come and threaten the peace of the residents in a bid to eject the official receiver out of the property, and all that cannot continue being accepted. It's a total affront to the rule of law that one man thinks he can run roughshod on 4,000 people and deny them their hard-earned money, which they had put in as investments. They were busy begging for those investments, and they were not calling them investments. They were saying, instead of borrowing from the bank, we want to borrow from you so that we avoid the high interest rates which we are going to pay from the bank. And with that, they assured us that your money is safe, courtesy, they were calling it asset-backed asset-backed investment, whereby if you put in your money, we have bought the property at Kilimani, the land is worth 1.6 billion, that asset backs your investment, you'll never lose. But once we got into liquidation, courtesy of a court ruling on the 6th of January 2023, he has tried to oppose everything about the liquidation. He's in court with his 50 SPVs, suing himself. He owns all the 50 SPVs, but he's busy suing himself. He has even gone to an extent of hiring people like Paul Muite and Nelson Harvey to come and try to intimidate the investors and the judicial system. That is totally unacceptable. Dande deserves to be behind jail in committee, serving his time for obtaining from Kenyans. And we are not going to relent until this person. We have written letters to the president which have gone and responded, which is very unfortunate. When the citizens cry out to the president and he ignores them, who else does he think is going to come to the defense of people who gave him votes? Those are the things which are making us very bitter. And we cannot continue operating like this. 5 years later, we are chasing after your money. The value of money depreciates with time. We are not seeing an end to this circus. And yet, everybody is letting things happen. People have been compromised left, right, and center, but it will not stop our pursuit. Thank you.
I would like to ask you, do you feel like Edwin is some of the government?
He must have some godfathers, because I don't understand how we go complain to the police. There are OB numbers of Goons attack at Kilimani. We reported to the OCS there, Chebi. To date, that was in June 2024. To date, no action has been taken. There is an attack in the month of March at the Alma, where guards were assaulted and seriously injured. Nothing has been done to date. The police keep on telling us that the goons, they are tracking the goons with their telephone numbers and they are unable to get them. That shows there are people who are compromised. The other day, where I was shot in Nairobi, within seconds the people were arrested. What is it that somebody like Dande can hire goons and the goons cannot be apprehended? Yet they are known and they have their numbers. And we have CCTV cameras everywhere. How come the DCI, the police, they are not playing their role? There must be somebody who's compromising the whole system. And that is what is making us bitter. And we cannot keep quiet anymore for this guy. Whoever is protecting him, we will go down with that Edwin Dande. We are not going to stop. We are the citizens, and the citizens are the ones who have power.
You've said almost 4,000 per. So how much are you affording?
The total amount outstanding from the 4,000 investors is 15 billion Kenya shillings. People have invested varied amounts from 100,000 all the way to amounts of as high as 200 million. People, if you look at the CMA regulations, they never followed the CMA regulations on collective investment schemes. They went and pretended that they were giving a private offer. But a private offer is only allowed under the regulations if it is issued out to high net worth individuals who have a degree, who have some serious financial background, and they should not exceed a number of 100. The CMA has failed us because the investors in the two products, CPN and CHOIS, total 4,000. How did the regulators let that slip their regulatory watch? When somebody is collecting 15 billion from 4,000 people, yet private offers are limited to only 100 individuals, high net worth, we must have degrees. Even me, myself, I don't have a degree. How did they recruit me? They lied to me. They obtained through false pretenses. because they knew what the regulations and the CMA Act entail in who you can recruit into such schemes.
Do you feel like Edwin Dande has also been
Edwin Dande is paying people by the minute. I have had a meeting with some journalists at Panafi Hotel, and we agreed they were going to run a feature on this thing. But after we left, even a mention anywhere never happened. That should tell you something. They came, they got the story, and then they went back to Dande, and he went and bribed them, and that is why they went quiet. These things are happening. We are alive to the fact that we are being frustrated by one person, and he's using our 15 billion to frustrate us. Yes, that is the saddest bit. Yes, we've been left without a way to sustain our livelihoods. Yet somebody is using, he's taken our money, he's using it to bribe people around, and that is why the Parliament indicted him. There's a report from Parliament where they had requested the DCI to report back in 90 days. Those 90 days lapsed in March 2024. DCI has never reported back to Parliament with anything. It was a discussion on the floor of Parliament and the report was adopted. The report indicted Dande of being a fraudster. It is there, it's on public record. Why is the DCI sleeping on the recommendations from Parliament? There's something wrong. There are people who are eating money and they must be stopped. They must be called out. Here, we have to change our society. It's become very annoying that people feed on others' misery.
Yes.
And in this instance, we have pensioners who have been left destitute. Yet, a policeman, a journalist, a judge, or whoever will go take money. Even people like Paul Muite will go and get legal fees from Edwin Dande, yet they know the damage he has made. How is that? What society are we living in? That is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. And for senior citizens like Nelson Harvey and Paul Muite to go and stand up for Dande in court is an affront to the basic tenets of justice. Because these are people who are senior counsels and they know the fact of the matter, what went down. But they have no shame to go and collect money from this person who has rendered us destitute. Okay, from DCI, it's just an unfortunate situation because the file for the matter we reported back in 2021, nobody knows where the file is. It's 4 years. So now we might be forced to come and reconstruct everything from zero, start all over again, file our statements. We've left some of our elderly colleagues to just write their statements just in case there will be no solution as to where the file is, so that the rest of us, we are going to be planned to come back, file our statements so that the case is revived and is actively pursued.
Do you feel like he's always coming back for also some cause?
That's what he's been doing, and he's so shameless about it. On Thursday, 6 goons were arrested at the Alma who had gone to attack. They were being processed in court yesterday. I'm still here to find out what, but the police were requesting for 7 days to conclude the investigations. But the incidences have become too many and nothing is happening. The complaints are there, the OP numbers are there, but the police are doing nothing. Maybe money is exchanging hands, but we need to get to the bottom of it. The IG, the DIG police need to come out and find out what is going on. We've asked the official receiver to write an official complaint asking why action is not being taken as a government agency. Why action is not being taken on the people who are being sent to orchestrate those goon attacks. A man will die only once. You cannot die 2 times. I am ready. He can come for me. That Edwin Dande, you can send your goons, you can come for me. I am ready for anything. But you must pay back people's money. That is the bottom line. I will not fear you. I will not be threatened by goons or whatever. But people must get their money back. Yes.
Do you think
Justice must be served. We are not going to give up. They have tried to make us give up, lose track and all that. It's 5 years down the road. We are not giving up. We will continue crying for justice until justice is served. Yes.
you try to grab money of these properties?
Okay, all the properties under the Insolvency Act, because they were the whole schemes were put into liquidations, have been vested with the official receiver. The official receiver is mandated to value and dispose of the assets so they can recover our money. But what is happening? Dande has gone back to court to fight the liquidation. That is what is stopping. Right now, we have recovered our money. And remember, the powers of the official receiver as an insolvency practitioner in the liquidation is also to investigate the affairs of the company and establish if there was underhand deals which were done to cause the collapse of the scheme. The promoters must be taken to task and face criminal prosecution. So it's a two-pronged thing. We've already won the battles. The official receiver has been invested the Kilimani property, the Ruaka property, the property in Ruiru, the property in the river, there is a property Applewood Miotoni, there is that region Kiambu Road. All these places have been vested the official receiver. Right now what is happening, Dande has gone back to court and he's attempting to subterfuge the whole process by going and filing multiplicity of vexatious applications in court to derail. And he promised, he always sends on his social media, the only solution is for you people to come on the table and talk. Otherwise, I'll keep you in court for the next 30 years. And that is the game he's playing. And the judiciary must awaken to that fact that Edwin Dande is a vexatious litigant. He's wasting valuable resources with the courts, spending a lot of time dealing with frivolous matters which have no basis in law. Yeah. Yes. To the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, we are suffering. We have suffered. And right now, very many of the creditors, the investors, are pecuniarily embarrassed. They have no money. They have no means of their livelihoods. Just like you say, mambo ni matatu. Alipe pesa yetu, aende jela, ama aende Zayuni. One of the three. From your words, you need to actualize that so to get our money. We will not be frustrated by one individual. We are here. We trust your leadership of the Republic. But when you keep quiet, when citizens are being taken advantage of by unscrupulous businessmen, I mean, where will our trust and hope lie in? Yes, to Edwin Dande, it doesn't matter. You have to pay our money back. I told you back in 2020, pesa yangu haiwezi potea. Rest assured, you'll bring my money back to me. You can send your goons, you can do whatever you want to do, but we must recover not only my money, the money to all the individual investors with interest until the point the matter will be concluded. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Questions?